Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Well, here we are, Monday, June 15th, 2026, and the globalists, Keir Starmer in particular, is just coming out full force, trying to push down their tyranny, still pushing the New World Order, Chinese Communist Party system. And now they make a big announcement. Oh, we're doing this to you now. This after Keir Starmer a few weeks ago said he was going to step down. And I naively, because he announced it, took it as a word. But of course, I should have known better. These snakes lie about everything. Can't believe a word they say. So now here, Starmer is all gleeful. I'm not even going to show you the video of the Satanist and his glee. I just want to point out that the timing. I mean, what about the timing of my going over the Harry and Meghan, the Meghan Markle, Harry and Meghan scam with those screens of death and how they lied, and like 70% of those screens were adults, 18 and over, 18 to 24. The whole thing was a scam for child safety, allegedly. And now, boom, this comes out like right after we exposed that, and then TRG, helped pump that out. And then, boom, they come in and say, oh, we're going to do it now, June 10th to 15th. All I can say is do not comply, right? It's the same formula. This is the Chinese Communist Party system. They want your identity, but not only that, they want your biometrics, your eye scan, thumb scan, palm scan, whatever. And it's going to go right into the AI system. And this is just how they're going to lock everybody down. And it's going to go way further than just the internet. And of course, if you say something the government doesn't like, you will be debanked, probably fired from your job. You won't be able to travel or buy a train ticket. I mean, you can just look at how the Chinese Communist Party system works. It's the same thing, right? So, yeah, if they do, this is obviously to get all adults to have to give their biometrics and whatnot, which I refuse to do. So if this does come down on us all, because this will affect everyone, because they want to bring it down to everyone, I still have my Odyssey channel. So if I get locked out of YouTube and all Twitter and X and all that, that's where I'll be. I'm certainly not going to pedophile haven Blue Sky, which is where they don't have this 16 Act, this Starmer Act of child safety. They're not enforcing it on Blue Sky, which is full of pedophiles. So they want all the 16 and unders to go to Blue Sky, where the pedophiles are. Seriously, it's no joke. That's what's going on. And they're all over it on Twitter pointing that out. And everyone who's paying attention is pointing that out. So again, this is all part. Oh, and that's the Sussex Squad tweeting. Let me see this. I want to show you this. Yeah, this is all just part of the New World Order plan for total control. So this is a tweet from today from one of Meghan Markle's Sussex Squad members saying, well done, Keir Starmer. And they even used Meghan's picture with the American dead young adults, 16 through 24, behind her, beyond the age of this alleged Child Safety Act. So you can see what a scam this whole thing, what a satanic inversion it is. And of course, the Sussex Squad, speaking on behalf of Harry and Meghan, are saying, yay, Keir Starmer. Even adults can't handle social media, let alone kids who aren't even, what does it say, 16 yet, right? 80% of those death screens, that cemetery behind Meghan, 80% are 16 and over, or 76% to be exact. What a satanic inversion and lie. They all lie. They're all Satanists. They're all evil AF. And then I couldn't believe I saw this one. Another Sussex squatter came out. This is the one I thought was Prince Harry's account. I mean, it could still be. I don't know who these people are behind the scenes. They actually retweeted about the 10th anniversary of the Joe Cox death. And this was covered extensively by TRG right here in her video titled Black Ops. I highly recommend. Cannot recommend enough. I'm watching it again myself. I usually have to watch it 2 or 3 times. But she goes through how this false flag death and what a scam it is, what a lie it was, and how it was used. That Joe Cox, this woman who was allegedly killed, and this is who Imran Ahmed used to start the CCDH and to deplatform and censor us. He's claiming that he's doing it because of his friend Joe Cox. They were so close, right? That's the lie, in my
with
opinion.
embellishing
And also, Obama and Hillary Clinton all came out immediately saying, "Oh, Joe Cox's death is an attack on democracy." And democracy, they mean their globalists, New World Order communism. There, the communists use democracy. That's what they want. They call what they want. It's communism. So anyway, she goes through how, see, there's Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama. So Joe Cox worked on Barack Obama's campaign in 2008, and they hid this. Well, one article still had it up. They only mentioned it once, and they stopped mentioning it. And it happened. This was published on June 18th, 2016. Said Joe Cox, who had worked on Mr. Obama's 2008 election campaign. So the suspicion is that Joe Cox is not even dead, because there are people that have come out and said that she's not even dead. They said it's more like she's on an Israeli beach. Yeah. So very suspicious. There's been no evidence of the actual killing. And somehow, immediately, hours after her death, the Southern Poverty Law Center came out and said, "Oh, we know who did it. It was this white, right wing nationalists, right? Because they were trying to kill nationalism here and make it seem like anyone who loved their country were right wing extremists." So I found it quite very interesting that the Sussex Squad today, one of the Sussex Squad members, would be retweeting about this and cheering it on. They're cheering on Keir Starmer. They're retweeting the false flag of the Joe Cox death. That it appears, if she is dead, it appears that she may have been killed by either Hillary or Obama, who has two deaths of two cooks. He's had two chefs that have been found dead. Right. So he's building up the body bags, probably more that we don't even know about with both of them. We all know about all the other deaths he's caused. But yeah. So wow. This whole thing is so evil and sinister, and it's all for the New World Order. And this is the Sussex squatter that recently received a big box from Megalodon with her crap in it. And he made a big deal about it, and it was in the Daily Mail and all that. And he's, of course, retweeting. They're all communists. They're all looking to overthrow America and bring in this New World Order system. They're all on board with it. They're all Marxist communists. And this was also tweeted today, all very Satanist. I think that this is, a satanic meme here. What they're putting out here, like doing witch work here, hoodoo, voodoo. What it looks like to me with these Satanists. Another thing to point out is saying anything about children. They're trying to portray that the latest, or, not the latest, it's been going on for a little while. The PR narrative they have spinning, besides service is universal. You see that again and again. They push that out since the Queen said years ago, "Oh, Harry and Meghan don't want a life of service." So that's one of their PR narratives, is to keep repeating the lie. "Oh, look, Harry and Meghan, service is universal," right? Well, another one they're doing now, another narrative, PR narrative, is that they're trying to say that people, the critics of Harry and Meghan, or Megxit, that they're saying are attacking children, right? Because you got this child safety thing going on, and then they're trying to portray people who criticize Harry and Meghan as. So you'll see tweet after tweet of them, like this one saying, "Oh, they throw tomatoes at Meghan, but they never say, but not if the children are with her," right? So he's insinuating they would do it with children. And like this one, that they're body shaming, they're fat shaming, according to Taz. And this one, this is a big Sussex squatter that went to Australia thing. She said, "Oh, the people who dehumanize the Sussex kids daily claim they don't exist." Yeah. Dehumanizing niece and nephew. Mm-hmm. And then The Wales kids alone, seeing the famous singers reveal the Wales kids love. The Wales kids always properly dressed, but Meghan always posts her poor daughter looking unkempt. So this was okay. This is a not a Sussex squatter. It's somebody criticizing her, but they replied to that. What did they reply? Did I get the reply there? Oh, there it is. There's a reply. You people are so sick. You come after kids who are clearly outside and playing, you monsters. So it says Carl Hamburger is the Sussex squatter replying to that criticism of Meghan and that post. But you see how they're always framing it as you're attacking kids. You're a monster. You're attacking. Meanwhile, Keir Starmer is pushing kids to blue sky with pedophiles. So they always accuse you of what they're doing, and they're cheering Keir Starmer, right? Pushing kids to pedophile blue sky. And it says, I'm so glad I don't see Sussex supporters ripping apart Charlotte apart, claiming Kate isn't the mother. I know Kate has derangers are really the lowest type of people. Those people are sick. Yeah, well, Catherine had 10 signatures of 10 doctors who witnessed the birth, unlike Meghan, who had no signatures. She never gave birth to nothing. Trolling babies is gross. You see that? So again and again, they keep trying to repeat the narrative that see the bottom tweet there, in between cheering for the far right, they're trolling little children. See, now they're trying to say Harry and Meghan critics are far right extremists, like the ones that killed Job Cox, right? Allegedly. And now they're saying also on top of that, they're trolling little children. See, so again, this is another PR narrative. This was an interesting admission that I caught from one of the Sussex squatters. They were talking about the Nancy Sidley. They're attacking even today for days now, weeks it seems. They've been attacking Nancy and Stephanie Sidley. It's one of their big things now to rev up the tension and clicks that they accuse YouTubers of doing. They're doing it on Twitter. And this one says, right, if Meghan and Doria wanted their BS videos and accounts taken down, they wouldn't have to mass report them, FFS, for F's sake. Yeah, they wouldn't have to mass report them. All they have to do is call, Sarah Data or whoever they have working at Google or wherever. And the other one says exactly, I don't think the sickly twins are the brightest light bulbs. Not one says no deranger is. So, and deranger is another thing, like with PR, they pick, you notice they picked a label and they stick to it. And the critics of Harry and Meghan, they haven't picked a particular label because we're not an organized, coordinated hate group like they are. The Sussex Squad are obviously a coordinated hate group. So they all use the same messaging, right? Same messaging. They support Keir Starmer's censorship. They accuse the other side of harassing children. And they also use the same labels like the Deranger one. So, I just call them the online terror, Harry and Meghan's online terrorist group, because that's what they are. But you can see their use the PR narratives they're following and how organized and orchestrated they are and inauthentic. So they really are showing their true colors, and they're still doing it, even although Trump is keeping a lot of it at bay. I don't know how far, because the social media companies like Zuckerberg and the rest seem to be all complying and following along with these communists. So once again, do not comply. Do not give them your biometrics. Do not allow your children, because the only Twitter-like platform will be the pedophile blue sky. Do not let your children on there. They call themselves minor attracted people, maps. Do not let them on there. There's tons of them on there. Wonder how Harry and Meghan feel about that. How do they feel about Starmer and Harry and Meghan pushing children towards a pedophile app, leaving Blue Sky not having to follow? I mean, look at this. Everybody, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all have to follow this, provide your identification and biometrics, but not Blue Sky. Not Blue Sky. They didn't mention Blue Sky at all. And how they're all using that Joe Cox stuff, but really that they're pushing kids onto that. They're like, okay, kiddos, this is the only app you can go on now. You can't go on TikTok. TikTok's their big one. They love their TikTok. They're pushing all these kids onto Blue Sky. It's the only one that's going to be available for them, the only big platform, full of lefties, communist Marxists, and pedophiles. That's all they want the kids exposed to. See, you see how orchestrated this was? They separate them out. They make this Blue Sky just for the pedophiles and communists. And then they block every platform for kids except the Marxist communist pedophile one. I mean, you can see it's all orchestrated. So is that what Harry and Meghan want? They want their kids. Of course, they want them to only absorb that information. So how Harry and Meghan feel about them being involved with pushing kids on a pedophile website? How do Harry and Meghan feel about that? I'm using the word, right? I know, a naughty word, but it is the word for it. How do Harry and Meghan feel about that? Again, I'll be on Odyssey. It all goes to hell here. How do Harry and Meghan feel about pushing kids onto Odyssey? How are they feeling about that? Oh my. Oh my. Empress and strength. Oh, that's exactly what they want. They're showing their strength. They're grabbing the kids by the hair and saying, it's like, this is Meghan walking the kids over to Blue Sky. They're like, here we go, kids, grabbing him by the hair and just yanking them over to Blue Sky. Like, you're going over here now where we want you to be. Yes, where anyone can be a mother. They want to create their new world order. They're trying to, this is about growing and trying to breed the next generation to raise them and have them proliferate and spread into this platform of pedophiles and pretending that they're doing it for their own protection, they're being very motherly. It's all for your protection, it's to protect you. Yes, we're here to take care of you here. Meghan with her fake pregnancies and whatnot, the fake mother. And TRG pointed out that Keir Starmer keeps talking about his two kids, his two kids, but he's never shown them. No one's ever seen them, right? Just like Harry and Meghan, they have their AI kids there. But yeah, beware if you say anything about pictures of Meghan with children. So anyways, yeah. So how do Harry and Meghan feel about their input with the dead? Oh, look at that, with the death screens. And look at that, Eight of Swords. See, I see this Eight of Swords as Meghan standing in front of the death screens. Yeah. And they've dropped that now, but that's gone silent. They've finished that chapter. But yeah, this is secretively too, how they were involved secretively with their death screens to censor Americans and everybody in the world, playing the fake victims, the hangman reversed, pretending like, oh, we're such victims. We're such victims. All these children, these young adults, 16 to 24, 80% of the death screens that Meghan used with James Holt and Prince Harry, claiming that they were children taken out by social media. They weren't taken out by social media. They were taken out by drugs, fentanyl, that they got from over the border. They just happened to contact the drug dealer through WhatsApp or whatever. But that was just a way of contacting them. It had nothing to do with social media posts, right? That was like 90% of them, if you read all the stories behind each one. And there, like 3 of them, I couldn't find any obituaries for, and I didn't search all of them. So there were some that may have been completely made up. I mean, what a scam! And they get away with it, and nobody calls them out. There's nobody in the mainstream media doing any kind of journalism to look into the background of these so-called children who were demised because of social media. The whole thing was such a scam. So what are Harry and Meghan expecting with they use their secretive victim narrative with adults who off themselves from broken relationships and drugs, and they drag the kids over to the pedophile place. And what are Harry and Meghan expecting from all this, from all the censorship that they're trying to bring in? They're trying to get everybody. They think everybody's so addicted that they're just going to give up everything, their biometrics, everything, to hand it over to them and their AI system. Oh, King of Pentacles. Yeah. So this is going to be very abusive. This is tyranny. We're going to come in. You don't do what we like, we are going to debank you. We're going to take away your ability to drive or travel. We're going to oppress you. We're going to arrest you. This is an attack. This is a night. And they always attack financially, right? That's why I was deplatformed 5 times. I lost 5 monetized accounts And it takes time to rebuild a new one. You got to get 2,000 followers, whatever. And even then, I make next to nothing anyways. But still, the fact that it's always the money. They always go after the poor people. They always try to take the poor people, just like the truckers in Canada. They froze their bank accounts. Like people forget, like as if it didn't happen. It's like, hello, foreshadowing. This is what they still continue to want to do. And if you're stupid enough, in my opinion, to give your data and bio data, that's just more info for them to be able to know exactly if you do anything they don't like, they're going to oppress you, particularly financially. Hardships there, just like the cancel culture. The Sussex Squad were attacking the financial, trying to get that guy that Nancy Sidley's was fooling around with. Now he was trying to work with Disney Plus. Disney Plus was going to play his. I assume they're still going to play his comedy show. He's going to make some money for that for him and his family. And the Sussex Squad came in and said, how could you do that? He's fooling around with Nancy Sidley. So they were trying to take away a job opportunity from a man who's done nothing to Harry and Meghan, right? And this is what's going on. They always try to attack you financially, the cancel culture. They're still doing that. That was just like a few days ago. Okay. So besides the fact that they're always trying to deplatform us and whatnot, and try to portray us as being needed to be banned or deplatformed, and they continue. Just I posted a few on my Twitter account, a few accounts that they've taken down recently. They've taken down Aussie Chick and some other accounts. They're still deplatforming people on Twitter, but it's not getting the attention it used to get. You know what I mean? And of course, TRG has gone over how Murky Meg was taken down by that Benioff guy, right, who works with Harry and Meghan. I mean, that so and the Sussex Squad knew it was going to happen. It was all orchestrated, right? So, I mean, it's all of it, and it's to hurt you financially because I guess I don't know. She had so many followers. I guess I don't think she was making money though. She just had an enormous number of followers, and Harry and Meghan and Omid Scobie were so jealous. They were so jealous that people who criticized Meghan had more followers because everybody hates Harry and Meghan, and rightly so. They're criminals. They're Satanists. Everyone can see that, and they're destroying our country, destroying our freedom of speech, all intentionally. And they have not faced any repercussions yet, as far as I'm concerned. So what's going to happen next? The Harry and Meghan pushing the censorship. Oh, 10 of Wands reversed. Interesting. So I see a dropping of the work, ending it, not doing any more on that angle. And moving on, 3 of Swords reversed. Yeah, causing harm, attacking people, causing upsets. I can see this as an excess of or behind the scenes with their Sussex Squad. So I'm seeing that they are going to, all right, so I think I can see this as secretively. So maybe they're going to continue the work behind the scenes secretively, attacking people and harassing them and defaming them with their Sussex Squad. So actually, I see this as continuing the work. I take it back. I just reversed. I'll take that as secretively with those two because everything they do is behind the scenes, right? Meghan and Harry are behind those Sussex Squad accounts. They could very well be one or two of them. Some suspect this account or that account. I can't be sure. I don't know, but I do see this as continuing it secretively. And they want to continue doing fighting, particularly between Megxit accounts. Now, in my opinion, I've noticed that there are certain so-called Megxit accounts that are not Megxit, in my opinion. They're Sussex squatters pretending to be Megxit, and they start fighting with each other, and then that becomes the story. So, I mean, I'm not accusing that of all arguments going on, but I do think at least one of the accounts in any argument that blows up is backed by Harry and Meghan. So that is what they're working on next, is continuing it, because they want to make the critics of Harry and Meghan look like the bad guys. They're the ones attacking the children. They're the ones that are, sleeping around with married men. They're the nasty ones. They're the ones that should be debanked and deplatformed and defamed and not have an account to speak. So that's going to continue for sure. They want to continue attacking anyone who criticizes Harry and Meghan and dares to have a YouTube account. Doing that, she can't stand that. Oh, she hates. This is what they want to do to everybody, though. I mean, right now, in this particular ecosystem, it's about criticizing Harry and Meghan, but you could be talking about anything, right? whatever topic, the hot topic that comes up, whether it's immigration or voting or, whatever, this is the same tactics they're going to be attacking and deplatforming. So, these Sussex squatters, a lot of them, right, they're Antifa, and they're very much against freedom of speech in general anyways, but they're going to be against anything that's about keeping borders, keeping, your sovereignty, etc. So this is just one of the topics they're doing this with. They're using their PR narratives and attacking and making up lies and going so far as to create fake YouTube accounts just to make a brouhaha in order to have a PR narrative of, look at this Megxit side. They're all deranged lunatics fighting with each other. It's all about that now. So yeah, no, it's not really, not for the real accounts. The real accounts know this war is about that's freedom of speech right now is a big one, and also pushing back on pedos. So yeah, what's the long term Harry and Meghan with their censorship and pushing kids towards pedophiles? They have no problems. They want to bring those kids to the pedos at Blue Sky. They're like, okay, kids, here you go to Pedoville. Yeah, that's where you're going to be safe. That's where they want you to go. Where big mama government's going to, keep you safe there with the pedos and the leftist, Marxist, communist rhetoric while they attack anyone that tries to protect them. So what's going to happen long term, Harry and Meghan, and they're pushing pedo Blue Sky on children while they pretend to protect children, while they're using death screens of young adults 16 to 24. What is a long term of this? Oh, look at that. 9 of Pentacles reversed. Lots of money being made secretively. Money opportunities with the Ace of Pentacles reversed. I see this as secretively. Queen of Swords reversed. Being nasty, attacking people's speech again. Of course, 10 of Swords being criticized and attacked. And 7 of Swords reversed. Ooh, but there's going to be revelations about this. And of course, we can thank TRG for many revelations. And I think that will continue of their lies and attacks. So I do think that if they are able to take people's accounts down, I kind of see this as taking people's accounts down. If they are able to continue doing that and attacking people successfully with the help of big tech, taking people out offline and whatnot and otherwise, I think that it will become more and more revealed of what they're doing. And I think that although there's going to be a lot of harm done to people and before that happens. So yeah, I see a lot more nastiness. I think things getting nastier and more vicious and more lies and more people losing their ability to have financial stability, losing and being debanked. I mean, if you're stupid enough to sign up for this new system, they're going to debank you like that, and they're going to use and abuse that to death for sure, and it's going to cause more and more harm. So yeah, I think that the fight is going to be going on longer, and it's going to get nastier, and it's going to be it's going to be ugly. Thanks to Harry and Meghan. I mean, they continue getting people killed with censorship, just like with, and I've also heard they're revving up for an Ebola pandemic. There was a exercise apparently for that one, but it was more secretive this time, unlike Event 201. So I have to wait and see with that because the censorship for that, of course, will be off the charts, and the platforming too. If they do that again, we'll have to wait and see. But I do see more attacks, more people, being defamed and deplatformed. And I also see a lot of money being lost here, a lot of accounts going down, a lot of people losing money. Yeah, but as time goes on, though, they're going to be revealed more and more for this trickery, and hopefully, eventually, they get what's coming to them one way or another. So there you have it. That is what I see. So I hope you found this interesting. If so, please like and subscribe. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye bye.